Hello. So, I've just meditated and, well, I guess you could call it, did like shamanic dance and stuff, but that's off the point. And what do I want to talk about? Actually, I had the theme of honesty and I also had the theme of authenticity in the video. But I feel like there's way more to talk about on this. Maybe it is for another day, though. I would like to talk about something different today. Stuff that I would love to be true. I mean, I can be called a maniac for this, and I do not have any proof of this either, but I personally know there are dragons. If you want to consider there have been dragons either way, if you actually read through history, they've just been hunted to extinction. You can do that, right? I personally love dragons, like the theme of dragons. And I might not strike people as that kind of person. But dragons are just... they're beautiful. Like, every depiction of a dragon, be it with scales and big wings, or be it just like that snaky long form from the Chinese law, and even with hair all over the body, every depiction of a dragon somehow strikes some kind of magnificence. At least in me. And I just really love them. They're beautiful. Majestic, you could say. So dragons, okay, light up a fire in me. Like, just thinking about them lights me up from the inside. And I mean, there might be others like this out there that feel the same, but still. Dragons are often depicted as solitary creatures. They stay to themselves. They keep a whole mountain as their own nest. But they're also very wise, very experienced, very old. You could practically consider every adult dragon a very old soul, even if this life is its first life in the cycle of life that we all go through. It's still an old soul, because considering that soul in this body of a dragon might have lived over 200,000 years. That's just... beautiful. I can't, like... it's beautiful. Also, the depictions people make themselves of dragons, like how they think they look, you know, like these big eyes, can see the eye, and like they got this pupil that is like, it almost looks like a portal, you know. It's I love dragons. They're just magnificent creatures, and I am personally looking forward to at some point see a dragon. For real. Because I know they're out there. I don't care what the rest of the world thinks. I don't care what you think, frankly. But they are out there. They have been out there. All these accounts in history don't come from nowhere. All these mystic adventures and written down stories, they don't come from nowhere. And also they are spread across the whole globe. Like, usually you could say stuff like, yes, but that idea, you know, and then people just took that idea and made more and more of it. But there's accounts in China, there's accounts in the Aborigines, there's accounts in South Africa, you know, and like thousands of years old. And in that time, they, at least to our history books, did not know of each other's history, you know, and others' accounts. Wouldn't it be beautiful to be a dragon rider? Or not even a dragon rider, and also not a dragon tamer in that sense, because I believe you wouldn't tame a dragon. If anything, a dragon allows you to be in its presence, because it's a mighty creature. It would allow you to, you would work together. There's so many crazy depictions of it, you know. I mean, it's such a big cultural phenomenon that there's actually like people physically attracted to the idea of a dragon. I don't know how that is called, but I understand it. I mean, yes, there's this whole furry movement and stuff like this. Is also a whole different thing. I mean, specifically on dragons. No matter if scaly or hairy, but dragons. They also just always seem very wise, you know, as I said before, like an old man, like an old man with long hair would be closest to be depicted as a dragon. There's also in the series from, I think it was even like founded by Nickelodeon, but, and I'm not a fan of the studio Nickelodeon itself, but that's also a whole different theme. Avatar, you know, not the movie with these blue people, but the series. It's, I mean, mostly kids show, but it has some great stuff, you know. That's a kids show you should show your kids. Heck, if your adult partner has not seen this yet, you should watch that. It's enjoyable even when you're an adult. And in that they also depict dragons as like these ancient creatures that taught the firebenders how to bend fire, how to use the element of fire. They take the power of the sun, but how to tame this power was taught to them by the dragons. And well, there's an episode where, I don't want to spoil the series, but when dragons dance and then come together and start like the fire, it does not have to hurt, because fire is like energy, you know. It can be nurturing, it can be warmth, it can bring security, it can bring light. And there's this beautiful depiction of it, how they make it like a spiral, and in that spiral you can see all the colors, and it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful depiction. If you've never watched that, go watch that. You can find that, like, I think it's even on Netflix or Amazon or whatever, or Disney, I don't care. But you can easily find that series. And yeah, it's a big recommendation, but this is on dragons. Hmm. There's many more depictions of dragons. I mean, there's also very scary ones, like there's the movie, the trilogy, The Hobbit from the Lord of the Rings series, and there you have this big, like seemingly almighty, indestructible being, which is Smaug. They also choose, they chose a very good actor, like for his voice, and I never, I'm never good with the names. I think it was Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a very British man. He also played Sherlock Holmes in the series, not the movies. In the movies there was Robert Downey Jr., but in the series Sherlock, it was him, Benedict Cumberbatch, and well, he just had a very good voice for that. But Smaug in that series is also, he's just so human, you know. He's overly powerful, but his habits are human. He can be deceived, but he's also wise enough to know things that others wouldn't. He argues like a human. He manipulates thinking with words. And he's so sure of himself too. It's like a perfect depiction of what power can do to your ego. And he's just always been that way. I mean, I didn't read the Hobbit books, so I can't tell you if there's more story to Smaug. But I get a feeling he has always been a dragon. So, yeah. And he's hoarding like all this gold, you know. And he doesn't even need it, right? Dragons just hoard gold because they love hoarding gold. It's not like it gives them anything. They just like the satisfaction of knowing they have all the wealth and no one else. And that reminds me of a few people in our world. Well, seemingly, it's not like I actually know them personally. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Like, I don't know why. I mean, thank you if you've been here to listen to me rambling about one of my favorite themes, which is not any philosophical or spiritual theme, but just one that I have a burning heart for. Dragons. Very cool creatures, lovely creatures. Great history on dragons too. And yeah, thank you for listening, if you actually listened through all this rambling and maybe even enjoyed it. But yes, I can also be this way. I don't need to always be serious. And I usually don't ask for anything, okay? I'll do as you want. But if you love dragons, if you like dragons, I'd be happy to read a comment about that. So, yeah. That's it. I don't ask for anything. But if you like, you can. Yeah. Thank you for listening, as I said 3 times now. And I hope we will see dragons. Yes. I really... I would wish that so bad. That would be beautiful. Because also, like, many people would be so shocked. And then suddenly people would realize that there's more out there than just boring modern world, you know? So, I hope you have an enjoyable rest of your day. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish much love May you find your inner dragon. Namaste.